Hello guys, welcome to my channel. This is Jyotiswarup. In this video, we are going to discuss about chapter 4 of absorption and the processes involved. And this is the final video of this chapter. And by this video, we will complete our chapter 4, that is absorption of roots. In our previous video, we have completed hell, turgidity and felicity. Now, in this video, we will cover about root pressure, absorption of water by the roots, absorption of mineral elements, and experiment. There are two interesting experiments which I will explain you, and the forces contributing to ascent of sap. Okay, so first we will understand about root pressure. So what do you mean by a root pressure? Here, if you cut off the shoot of a plant, the water pushes out from the root stump. Okay, so this is due to root pressure. This process happens due to root pressure. Root pressure is built up due to cell osmosis in the root tissues. Okay, as one turgid cell presses the next cell, the forces of the flow of water increases inward, that is inside movement. So when water reaches the xylem vessels, it enters the pores of their thick walls um, with considerable forces. This we have discussed while turgidity. Okay, that is about root pressure. Okay, the liquid part or the sap, when there is a cut in root, that is called root pressure. Okay, now we will learn about guttation. Okay, so guttation is an important point which about this we will also learn in our next videos. Okay, so concentrate. What is guttation? The leaves of certain plant exhibit droplets of water along their margins at the morning, such as rose and herbaceous. Okay, these types of plants produce water droplets at the morning time. Okay, a humid environment hampers transpiration while the roots contain to absorb water from the soil. This process is called guttation. Okay, so that is about root pressure. Now moving to absorption of water by the roots. Okay, what is the use of absorption of water by the roots? Okay, so the roots not only absorb water from the roots but also absorb minerals and salts along with the water, okay, which is absorbed by the roots. Okay, and this process happens from root hairs. Okay, root hair contains cell sap which has a higher concentration of salts as compared to the outside soil water. Okay, and this absorption of water is very useful for plant. Okay, it is useful for photosynthesis, transpiration and many other processes. That is, this process is very helpful. Okay, that is about absorption of water by the roots. Now moving to absorption of mineral elements. This is nothing but which I have said that absorption of mineral elements from the soil involves active transport by the cells. Minerals may also be absorbed as ions rather than the salts. Okay, so minerals also are absorbed through the water by the roots. Okay, that is about absorption of mineral elements. Now I said in starting that I will explain two interesting experiments. Okay, so the first one is to show roots absorb water. Okay, so how roots absorb water, we can, there is an experiment. Okay, so so see here, first you need to take two test tubes. Okay, test tube A and test tube B. So this is a control test tube and this is the experiment setup. So in this first one you need to take few water. Okay, few water and pour some oil at the top of it, and take another test tube in the same way. Add some water and add a small plant. Okay, example, you take blossom from your garden with roots. Okay, you should take with roots and then pour some oil to prevent transpiration. Okay, so now keep these both aside for 1 to 2 days. Okay, so after 1 to 2 days you will get this as the result. Okay, so after 1 to 2 days the final result is this. Okay, the water has been evaporated into the air from the down part. Okay, from this part the water has been evaporated, sorry, I mean the water is been absorbed from the roots and produced to the leaves and shoots, and it is evaporated into the atmosphere. Okay, you can try this at home and it is going to be very interesting. Moving to second experiment, to show that water is conducted upwards through the xylem. Okay, it is also an interesting experiment. Okay, now see here, a medium sized young blossom plant is uprooted, washed and placed in a beaker containing a stain eosin solution. Okay, solution in water. Okay, take some water and pour that solution, which is which will be in pink color. Okay, so the roots should be completely submerged in the solutions. See here. Okay, so this setup is kept aside for 3 to 4 hours. At the end of this period, the plant is taken out of the solution and washed under tap water. Okay, so then a transverse section of root stems and leaves is made and examined under the microscope. Okay, these types of things. So the xylem vessels will appear distinct from the rest because this will stain red by the dye. Okay, red by the dye, this dye we have poured, which is in pink color. Okay, so that is experiment number 2. Okay, now moving to final point of this chapter is forces contributing to the ascent of sap. We have completed till experiment 1 and 2. Okay, which are very interesting. You must try this at home. Okay, for your understanding purpose only. Now moving to the last point of this chapter is forces contributing to ascent of sap. Okay, so here there are four main points. One is root pressure, next one is capillarity, next transpiration pull, and addition. Okay, these are the points and the forces contributing to ascent of sap. Okay, so here root pressure. So first, root pressure builds up sufficient force to push up the sap in the xylem vessels. Okay, I have already explained you about the root pressure. Now moving to second point of the forces is capillarity. Okay, so capillarity of a xylem vessels causes the water from a lower level to rise to fill up the vacuum created by the loss of water. That's it. Now moving to transpiration pull is nothing but transpiration from the plant. Okay, that's it. Now the another point and important point of this chapter is down moment of the sap. Okay, down movement of sap is relatively simple, that the food manufactured in the leaves is dissolved in the water and flows down mainly on account of the force of gravity. Okay, so by this we have completed our chapter 4, that is absorption of roots. Okay, so bye bye, we will meet in our next video. But don't forget to like, share and subscribe my video, and you also comment which chapters you want so that I will make that chapter videos as fast as possible.